Hey y'all.
What's goody in the hoodie?
Ooh, I like that. I can't. It's just pure silliness and delirium at this point, is what I'm feeling.
Shout out to This Is Now podcast. What's good, Amanda?
This is now.
This is fucking now.
I love it. I love this for us.
I love this.
Here we are. I was getting it was giving Luther Vandross going in circles.
Oh,
You got me going in circles. Dun, 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 dun.
okay.
Oh. No.
I'm cool. Look,
I need the background singers.
I'm just here. As Amanda literally be saying, I'm just here.
Yeah, I just showed up. I don't even know. I showed up to set today.
I'm just here, barely making it, y'all.
Y'all have no idea. She's literally just here with her cup of coffee, hanging by a thread.
Hanging on.
Hanging
my
by
God.
a thread.
You know, sometimes in my profession, I be thinking like, why do I want to be a wardrobe stylist? In times like this, because we work long hours sometimes. Sometimes you do photo shoots that are from anywhere from 2 hours to 5 hours. But when you got to do a 12-hour shift,
That's crazy.
or 14 hours, I did 14 hours this morning.
That's insane.
I started at 4 p.m. and I didn't end until 6:30
Jesus fix it.
a.m.
Jesus fix it. Now, granted, the pay is probably worth it, so I'm not even mad at it.
It is.
But like, wow.
No taxes.
That is wild.
You get that money straight into your bank account, you know, which is great.
Yeah.
And all I literally had to do was put clothes on some people.
Right.
You know.
It's like dressing a mannequin.
It's like
with a heartbeat.
With a heartbeat. But like I literally worked 14 hours, which is the longest project I've done so far. It was a video. And music videos or movies, anytime you're on set is literally 10 hours to start.
I believe that.
But
how
you
many
could
times
go,
do you have to do retakes? And then like how many times do you maybe have to go back and put a different outfit on after you just changed the outfit?
Continuity.
Yeah.
I hate continuity. Like honestly, I like photo shoots because there is no continuity.
Facts.
You do one look and you move on.
Yep.
There's no going back. There's no getting the shot again. You literally take all of the photos until you feel like you got that shot and then you move on.
Mm-hmm.
With videos or movies, it's all about the light and the setting. So you might have to literally go back at night or when it's like dusk because you got to do the continuity of that shot. And continuity, you guys, is just like continuation, which also means it's the day to the night or the night to the day or the afternoon to that day.
Girl, bye.
Yeah. So if you start off with the person in full clothes and then they take their clothes off, but then they not, I don't know, in the kitchen. It's supposed to be,
right, exactly.
And then they go up to the bedroom, you got to put them back in their outfit. But you probably did that scene 20 scenes ago.
Exactly.
But you got to keep up with the storyboard so you can know what the fuck is going on.
That is like interestingly.
Yep, that one.
I quit already. That is that amazing. Like, because it really is. Like, it's actually super dope, and it does make you have to be very like into the storyline. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are very much like one and in this with the person who's on screen, even if you're off screen.
Yeah.
And like, that's actually super dope, but also like, that seems so taxing because, bro, what?
It's draining because literally one scene can take 2 hours. One scene. And it could be literally like yesterday, y'all, let me tell y'all. This man had like it was a song. So he had like 3 lines. And we rehearsed it 20 times.
Nuh-uh, not for 3 lines.
Well, the girls had an 8 count, but we didn't have a choreographer.
Okay.
And then we had people that was trying to tell 2 women. We had 2 people trying to tell 2 women how to do the choreography for one thing, but they ain't no choreographer. So you know, and they don't know the song.
Was it a TikTok?
They don't know the beat. They don't know nothing. So they just coming in and you just telling them, oh, I want you to do this. How
play? Yeah, exactly.
So it took forever to just do that one scene. And like Amanda said, like if you get the line wrong, if you get the step wrong, if somebody miss a beat, miss a step, you on camera, they can see you.
Right. We can see you.
Like, oh my God.
We can see you. We can see everything that you did or didn't do.
Yes. But we not here to fully talk about just being on set for 14 hours today.
I mean, but it's interesting. That is very interesting. I don't know. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's like mentally taxing.
It is. The amount of nipples and booty cheeks I seen in the last 14 hours.
You're stupid.
Because did y'all know people cosplay being a rapper?
Huh?
Exactly.
That's all I gotta say, huh?
I ain't gonna say nothing else.
A big question mark over my head. What?
And I'm not gonna say nothing else about it because I'm gonna just leave it at that. But like, that's what I seen yesterday. It was pretty much a person cosplaying a rapper.
Very interesting.
But you know, to each his own. You know, there's a market for all music. And every person who has a dream, they should be able to live in that dream.
Amen.
Amen.
It's unfortunate to some of our ears, but amen.
And eyes.
Correct. Like some of that, I don't know if the world ever needed to see it.
Yeah.
If it was your pipe dream, baby, and you seen it come to fruition, that's all you needed was for you to see it come to fruition.
I got a question.
Some of us didn't need that.
So we both are like, we're both creatives. Mm-hmm. We do like the same job, but in a different way. Mm-hmm. We both have to create somebody's vision. Yeah. I have to put it on their bodies. You have to put it on film. Mm-hmm. Do you ever question some of your clients' visions?
I do. And especially I think when you come to me with a vision per se, but absolutely like no thought at all to how you're going to make it happen. Because I get it. Like, you know, like as like the photographer, people expect you to like have the locations, have the poses, have all the X, Y, and Z. And they literally think that they're supposed to be like me and just show up.
No, for real.
But realistically, it's like, okay, but this is your vision. All I can really do is like try to assist you in that and then capture it for you. But like, for real, how Sway? Like, no, for real, how? Because if you don't even have a thought process of how this is going to happen, like, so this is my thing. There's some photographers I feel like when you have like the time and the budget and that's like 100% just like what you do, like you can start to kind of like hire these teams, right? So let's say you need like floating roses, right? Because that's your vision. You probably can hire somebody to make you a whole little floating rose type of stand situation, or like go on Etsy. Like, you know, there are a means to get done what you need to get done. Mm-hmm. But if like, that's not my level of photographer and you come to me with that vision, but also have no plan to execute the vision other than I want you to take the pictures. What? How do you expect that to work?
That's more work. That's more time. And
now I'm about to charge you more. And then you're going to be mad when the price go up because what?
And that's editing. Yes. Like, I see it all the time. Same. In my same field. Literally. Like, and then people want to change stuff in the middle of it.
Correct.
Like first of all, you prepared me for this. Mm-hmm. And when I show up with the things that you prepared me for and you turn around and ask me for something that you just thought of on the fly, absolutely I don't have it.
Right.
And I can only think ahead for my craft. I can't think ahead for your craft.
Right.
And like, don't try to get me to do extra work. Correct. And then be upset when I can't create the vision that you wanted. Like, we gotta all be on the same page. And the main word that Amanda said was budget.
Right.
Don't be coming up here with Renaissance dreams and you are you literally on a
Dollar Tree budget. Correct.
You ain't Beyonce.
No.
And you ain't paying me Beyonce money.
Correct. I also, but like, and on the flip side of that, when it comes time for like editing, mm-hmm. obviously, because like that's a part of that goes into it. I really cannot stand like people who every photo you take, the question behind it is, you're gonna edit this, right? Can you edit that out? Can you do like I'm not saying that like I mean, look, we all got our different things and reasons why we are like not comfortable like feeling a type of way, looking a certain way. But realistically, like let's try to low key promote body positivity, I guess. And like not saying that in like a negative connotation, because I do believe like you should love, I mean, no, for real.
Love
like
your body.
Yeah, exactly. It's what you got, right?
Yeah.
Like, so work with it. And if you're not happy, I really believe like take the steps that you can to like be a betterment. But like to turn around and be like, you're going to edit this, right? Can you edit that out? Can you make my arms smaller? Can you do this? Can you do that? If you were that self-conscious and that uncomfortable, you shouldn't have put that outfit on for your photo shoot because you knew you wasn't going to be comfortable in it to begin with. Now you think I'm supposed to send 30 hours here editing everything that you don't like about yourself out?
Yeah.
Nah.
Or how about you get a person that you actually trust? If you trusted me, like you were literally paying me, you've seen the work that I've done.
Right.
And so you obviously know that you chose me because you know I'm not gonna send you out here looking crazy.
Hello.
That literally that happened to me last night with my key talent.
Mm-hmm.
He was literally like, "Oh well, we had a priest we had a priest look, and we gave him options, right?" Mm-hmm. And so I'm telling him the lead stylist had left.
Okay.
So I was still there
mm-hmm.
as the styling coordinator. And so I'm like, no, you're good. You know, we're going to put this on, but I need you to cooperate with me.
Mm-hmm.
And he just was basically trying for the first 5 minutes of me being the lead. He wanted to fight with me. And I'm like, my job is to make sure that you look the best you can.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not about to send you out there looking crazy. Why? Because my name is on it too.
Hello.
You know, so once he understood that, we moved forward. But like Amanda is right. Like people just be spending time in places where they don't need to be spending. Your job is to take the photos, communicate with me what you're trying to convey,
mm-hmm.
but don't try to like overexert.
Exactly.
Because we don't have time for that. We got 2 hours, 3 hours, and we got to go. We got to move on.
And realize everything is not for you. Like, I get it. You saw something that looked amazing, and you tried to adapt that vision. But like literally everybody's anointing ain't your anointing, baby. You can't be out here trying to like mimic every single thing you see because that's not always for you. That outfit might not be for you. That vibe might not be for you. And you trying to put yourself in so you're a square trying to put yourself in a circular peg. Cool. Got it. That's not going to work.
Ooh, child.
I'm just saying it don't work for everybody. And why you got to stress the people out that you hire because you want like what? That don't make no sense. I'm not gonna be stressed. I'm gonna let you look crazy. No, I'm not.
No.
I'm not.
Like for real.
No, I'm really not because that's just my heart. Like really, my heart and my professionalism. I will not let you look crazy. But at the same time, like whatever I may be saying in my head, like I'm gonna do my best to make you happy with what you see and to take these like stunning photos. But realistically, like if this is what you chose and like I'm just looking and it's like, I can only do so much. I can only do so much. I'm not about to sit here and try and change the whole entire world because this is what you chose. Like, I realistically, I can't. Like, honest to God, I cannot do that. I cannot perform miracles and work magic. So, what do you want?
I can't turn you into people see, the thing is this. I'm going to break it down. People be going on the Pinterest and they be looking at Instagram. And your mind is stuck on that image that you've seen.
Mm-hmm.
And what you don't realize is all the time and effort that the actual image took. And sometimes it's editing.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, bottom line, it's more budget.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Facts. It's budget. It's production. Like the fact that somebody had the time to like sit there and really, even if the pose didn't look right the first 5 times, okay, well, that 6th time, that's the one that went up on Pinterest.
Mm-hmm.
So now you think that you could just pop into that and it's gonna work.
It's edited away. You know, they didn't glossed it over away. There's a lot of things that go into creating some of these things that people be trying to create on a Dollar Tree budget.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I'm not here to talk bad about clients or anything like that. I'm just saying like the positions that we have in our creative fields can be very challenging.
Facts.
because we are customer service people.
Mm-hmm.
We are providing a service. And so sometimes as the customer, they're like, oh, yes, you're providing me a service, so you have to do exactly in what I want. And sometimes we can only do as much as we're allowed.
Right. So then does that come down to like more so, and I don't want it to come across as like, oh, lower this, but like, doesn't that just come across to like expectations? Like,
I agree.
Shouldn't there needs to be a way to manage expectations better if that's the case.
I like
because
that.
like, I'm not saying you have to lower your expectations, but literally, like, if we think this all the way through, and I think that's another problem people have. People don't always think things all the way through. They only get to like a certain point, and they don't plan for like whatever else could come up. Like, what if it's a wardrobe thing? Like, okay, well, what if like this were to burst open or pop,
Right.
and like you can't necessarily, like, if you need to shoot this, but you don't have time to sew this, now what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just don't think things all the way through sometimes, I feel like. And there needs to be a level of like managing the expectation, because literally we are only individuals and human beings. We cannot perform miracles.
No.
So then it's like, I get what you hired me for. I get what you want to see, but realistically, A through Z, this is what you gave me. This is what I can provide. Like, what do you mean?
And then we also, like, with the expectations, I feel like, again, going back to like trust, you know, and like, you hired me because when you were looking at my content, you felt something or you saw something. So based on that, like, I'm going to treat you with the utmost respect, and I'm not going to have you looking crazy.
Facts.
You know, there is so many, as creatives, how many times do the vision you were trying to create, does it change in the time that you're creating it?
Multiple times.
Yeah,
because
literally.
sometimes it's like, realistically, like, okay, it's just not going to happen.
Not working.
Or sometimes it's a matter of like, I know what vision I have, but I don't have the necessary tools, team, whatever it may be, to make it be. So now I gotta pivot, and like, what do I shift to now to still make it be something that I'm proud of, but it not necessarily be what my original vision and plan was.
Talk about it.
About it. Granted, I get it. Like, that might be hard for some people because it's hard to like let go of certain dreams or all the things, but it's okay to sometimes just pivot.
And that's, honestly, I feel like that's a skill as just an entrepreneur in general. Honestly, it's just a skill in life in general. Like,
you got to be adaptable.
You have to be adaptable, and you have to be able to let it go and let it flow. You know. So, thanks for coming to our Creative TED Talk.
Right.
You know.
Join us next week. No, I'm kidding.
Conversation to a close.
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
But no, welcome back to episode 2 of This Is Now podcast.
Yeah.
We made it to episode 2.
We did. And like, low key, I showed up and I didn't know what we was talking about, but here we are.
Yeah.
Not me just be out here. I'm like, but I made it, right? I made it.
You here,
so.
and I'm here. And I got literally 14 hours awake, or probably more now, on my belt.
Right.
With only 2-3 hours of sleep.
Showing up was half the battle, baby.
Half the battle. It's literally half the battle. So like we said in the first episode, we wanted to give you guys some affirmations and some scriptures. We're going to start off with the affirmation. Just kind of like, honestly, this month has been a world storm. I'm going to just start off by saying that. It's been a world storm. But I have learned a lot of things that I didn't know last month that I'm super grateful for. And one of the affirmations that I have been repeating to myself is, I act on my inspired ideas.
I like that.
Yeah. And I'm saying that because, like I said, I learned a lot of things this month. And one of the things is being, like Amanda said, like, you got to let go of things, and you have to be able to be adaptable. And sometimes as a creative, as a business owner, you are so stuck in one way of creating that you don't give the opportunity for other inspired ideas to flow.
True.
So you don't take action.
Yeah.
You know, so you keep yourself stuck. Recently, I decided to restart my digital product journey. And I've been like,
no, for real, y'all, like, you need to drop all the emojis in the chat for that one.
Literally.
Like, you have no idea.
Literally. If you don't have a digital product, you are really sleeping on your business. Our world is digital,
Facts.
you know, and that is the most important thing. But it has been an idea that I have been thinking about, and I've been slowly taking action, but implementing this affirmation more frequently. At first, it just was a money manifestation affirmation, but then it turned into a action taker manifestation. I hear music too.
Sorry, y'all. I'm like over here, eyes going every direction, trying to figure out where is music playing.
We're in a quiet room, but like I feel like somebody is playing music outside.
Yeah.
But it turned into, so this affirmation was it was a part of a money manifestation affirmation to bring more money into my life. But with that being said, in order to make more money, you got to take action.
Right.
So it's a taking action affirmation that allows me to do more. So acting on my inspired ideas, I have been able to grow as a business owner.
Right.
I've been doing way more engagement on my social medias. It has made me step up in my business in a way for my clients and my customers. Just by this one affirmation alone. And I've been doing the affirmation probably for a couple months now, but it's like I'm like a whole new business owner.
I love that.
Yeah.
And that's what it takes sometimes. Yeah. That's what it takes sometimes. It's like a real revamp, reset, you know, to kind of get you started again. Like you got to refocus and maybe like let some things go because it's like it became paralysis by analysis.
It's paralysis by analysis.
Yeah, and it's like, no, just move.
There's more than one way to skin a cat.
Hello.
Yeah. You know, that's basically, you know, I act on my inspired ideas. As an entrepreneur, a business owner, hell, a mom, you know, anybody, anything that you're trying to do, there is more than one way to skin a cat. And if you are inspired with an idea, you can't really spend time with saying, well, that ain't gonna work.
Right.
You got to take action.
Yep.
So act on it.
And you don't know until you try. Like at least you can eliminate an option if it don't work now.
Nothing beats a failure than a try.
Yep.
If you do not try, you will fail.
Facts.
If you try, you didn't fail. If it didn't work the first time, you could try again. There is no limit of tries that are out there.
Fail forward at least.
Fail forward.
At least.
I love it.
Yeah.
So
that's real. I love that.
Thank you.
I'm glad that it's really reinvigorated your whole business like approach, the way you do business, everything. Like that's exciting because we don't know what's going to come out of that.
No,
like,
and we don't have to do things a set way every single time.
Correct.
Things are not like set in stone. You know, the way you market your business is going to change with the market. And so the moment you decide to let go, as we were talking about earlier, just being creatives, but letting go in general is going to allow you to fully step up into your business and dismiss the analysis by paralysis, and also dismiss my favorite thing to talk about.
What? Put a question mark over my head again. Right?
Imposter syndrome.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yes.
Because you're literally taking action. And it might not like fully reveal itself economically at the time. You might not even understand like where you're going with it. But I guarantee you it's going to generate another inspired idea that might turn into another idea. And that third idea is going to be what creates income for you.
Exactly.
Or a new customer, a new client, a new way of thinking, a teacher, a mentor.
Yep.
Anything.
You never know.
You just never know.
The possibilities are unlimited?
Unlimited.
Limitless? Unlimited?
Limitless.
Which one is it?
I don't
know. Somebody tell me. I don't know. It's one of them. It's one of them sayings.
How was your July?
July was busy. I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. Like, July was so busy.
Did I see you in July? I mean, I'm seeing you right now. It's July, but it's the end of July.
I borrowed a shirt from you in July, so I see.
Oh, yeah. You did borrow a shirt from me. Oh, and we went to dinner.
Oh, yeah, we did go to dinner.
And we went out.
We went out.
After dinner.
Oh, yeah. I tried to blank that out because that was a hot-ass mess. But anyway.
We haven't been out in a long time.
I stay inside because people are weird outside. I mind my business.
You got that right.
I don't have time.
Yeah.
Look, it's giving weird. That's all I can say. It's giving weird. But yeah, July was very, very busy. And July put me like it put me in like two spaces at the same time, which is very like strange in itself. It's like houseway. But I feel like it put me in two spaces at the same time. Put me in a space of like, I'm super grateful and thankful that like I have so much going on. Like, it's not like I'm sitting around here bored, twiddling my thumbs, like just
Amen.
out here searching, scrambling for any and everything to come my way. Like, you know, God is still providing and like
Yes.
He's showing up every day. And like, it's a blessing. Like, I've had clients, I've been traveling, like I've been able to spend time with like friends and people that I care about and celebrate. Like, I've been able to do all the things, right? So
Yeah.
like, I'm grateful for that. But it's also like, and I don't know if this is maybe like God's conviction, but it's like this like other weird space of like, in the midst of like God still providing and like, you know, I'm busy and booked and busy and just on the go. It's like, but now, because it's so weird. Like, basically, I felt like when I was working like full time and just was also doing all the other entrepreneurial stuff and all the things, it's like, yeah, like I make time for God and like there's church on Sundays and like, you know, like I watch our Bible study and all that on Wednesdays, but it's like, it's just those times, right?
Yeah.
And like, when you're like in relationship with God, like it's a relationship, right?
Yes.
Like you got to give it time and like cater to it and like
Yes.
all the things all the time. And like when it comes time for music, like I have been in just this for a year and a half now. Like all I pretty much listen to is gospel music. Like if I have to listen to the radio, that's when I hear what's happening on the radio. But like realistically, I'm on Spotify and it's like my gospel playlist. So that's great and all, but it's also been like this other side. I don't know if it still record when it does that. It does. It's been like this other like side and space of like conviction where it's like, okay, well, when you were working full time and you were also trying to figure all this out and do X, Y, and Z, it was always like, oh, I know I need to spend more time with God, but like I'm busy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, now that you're busy still, but you're not so busy with all the things that you were once busy with, like you're still not making time for me. So like, it's been like this weird conviction of like, yes, I am busy and I have a lot going on and thank God, but like realistically, like all of that is because of God. So how dare I not like be carving out like the extra time like needed to go deeper with Him? Because I just feel like for a long time, like there's like been this call to like go deeper and like, if I would just be obedient, because that's what God has been knocking me upside the head with, is like, I would just be obedient. Like, I don't even know what like the next level could be or what else could really take off in my life. I think things are great or good now. Like, what if they could be great out of this world? And
what
like,
if, but when they are, because they will be great.
Exactly, that part. And so it's just like, I don't know. Like, it wasn't, I just, it's in two spaces. And like, I just feel like there's never enough time.
I knew you were going to say
like,
that.
Yeah, and it's so weird because it's like, you know, we make time for what we want to make time for, but yet still it's like, it feels like there's obligations. Like there's obligations to like, you know, do whatever you have to do, pay your bills, like obligations to be at this appointment, obligations to help out my mom or do whatever the case may be. Like, but then there's also an obligation of like to go and make this money and to like sit here and fill out this and like, there's all these obligations that are still very much important, but I don't know. It's the weirdest dynamic ever. But like July has been busy, and between the turmoil in my head and just literally being busy on paper and in real life, I'm exhausted. I need a vacation. But even vacation is exhausting.
You just took a vacation.
It don't matter. it was fun, but like I'm still tired because when did I sleep on vacation? Barely.
You didn't sleep?
I mean, I did, but barely. Like,
oh my goodness.
We and our family, we was up partying.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, that's great. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. I think like before I went on vacation, I was trying to get like 7 hours of sleep, and I was doing pretty good, getting around like 7 every night.
Yeah.
I went on vacation every day. It was like 3.5, 4. I was like,
oh, you were staying up late. Getting up early, staying up late. Yeah.
Correct.
One, because you like want to literally make sure you see things, you do things, you want to have an experience. I'm always, when I go on vacation, I be stuck in between like, ooh, I got to like fill up my calendar, or I'm like, oh no, I'm going to just rest. But I feel like
that's why you gotta know who you're traveling with. Don't travel with me if you want to rest. I'm not.
No, I'm not either. I'm not either. I'm not the person to come on vacation with if you want to rest. I'm waking you up with shots.
Look,
I'm for real. I'm gonna wake you up with a shot, especially if it's your birthday. We going to bed with shots. We gonna be going to brunch, drinking mimosas. We gonna be doing it big.
Correct.
But what I found to be necessary now is that there is multiple types of vacations.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's very important that you at least take some time to get you some peace. If you already don't spend time getting rest, you know, you maybe come back from your vacation and you take a break, or you take yourself on a separate little mini thing, you know, whatever you got to do. But there are certain types of vacations. But if we going to Vegas, baby, we ain't resting.
No. That's crazy.
What are you talking about?
Crazy.
You stay your ass at home if you want to rest.
Hello. I gotta spend money to rest. Are you kidding me?
Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. I'm not the person you
I
want to go with
on vacation. I already spend money on rent to rest. I'm not spending extra money on resting.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Crazy.
I'm just, don't go on vacation with me if you want to rest. If your idea of a vacation is every day is like hanging out at the beach or by the pool, don't go on vacation with me. Or if you ain't gonna feel a type of way if I just leave you there,
cool. Happy being
roll with me, but exactly. I am not sure.
Because if we going to the beach, baby, we playing some shot games, and then we gonna leave and go do something else.
Right? Because what? I don't know. Yeah. I'm not sure.
So I got a question. So you were saying like you feel like even though God has given you a blessing to be able to focus on your business more, you understand that the relationship is still just as important, especially now that you have gotten the confirmation that you can do this. Mm-hmm. How are you like preparing, I guess, next month to be able to spend more time? Were you able to spend a lot of time with God this month? Because you said you were busy. I'm pretty sure you were like doing photo shoots and whatever hell else. Amanda is a serial entrepreneur. She has hella shit going on. So how are you going to prepare, I guess, next month to spend more time with God?
I don't know. I've been really thinking about that. Like, I feel like I did. I just journaled about it like yesterday. Not even necessarily how, but I journaled like the emotions of what I'm feeling to try and get it out and get a sense of clarity over it.
Yeah.
I really don't know. I mean, we're at the end of the month. We're rolling into the new month, and I'm literally starting out the month like in a whole different state. Like,
what state you in now?
I'm going to Arizona. I'm not moving.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not moving, but like I'm going to Arizona, and realistically, this is, I think, the first trip that I know that I'm going on in advance and haven't planned anything for outside of like the 2 events that like were the reason why I was going. So
why are you going to Arizona?
She
always leaving me. Like she be like, we don't hang out because she just wanna go on vacation.
Oh my gosh.
She wanna leave us.
Y'all are wilding. I don't know what is wrong with all of you, what Kool-Aid y'all all been drinking, but get off of it.
No, I want her to be outside of LA and doing whatever she be doing.
No, but I just had friends that recently moved to Arizona, ex-coworkers of mine, and so we all like disbanded when our company got bought out by somebody else, and it was a hot mess. But anyway,
hot mess. So, that sounds like a hot mess.
Hot mess. But we all needed therapy after that one. Like, and some of them have been, and some of them have not. But we all need therapy after that. But they moved to Arizona, and like one of the girls, everybody, if you don't know, you should know. I am a huge Chris Brown fan. not friend, fan. If you want to be my friend, no, holla at me, Chris. But
she a fan. She a fan.
Look, I am. I don't know about all that, but I am a fan. Team Breezy for life. That is for sure.
I hope they don't ban the podcast because we said that.
Why?
I mean, not ban, but copyright infringement. Well, it's okay. We gonna roll with it.
Exactly. So a friend of mine, she knows that, so she was like, you know what, Chris Brown's going on tour. That sounds like a good time. Like, you want to go with me? I was like, duh, that's a dumb question. So
and I know the tickets there are probably cheaper than LA.
Exactly. Yeah, and it was also a matter of like we were trying to figure out between LA and Vegas originally.
Okay.
And then Arizona got put into the mix because she knew that she was starting with a new company and she may be moving out there.
Oh.
So once her company moved her out there, got the position and moved her out there, it was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy the tickets in Arizona. I said, bet. So going for a Chris Brown concert, and then another friend of mine, they just moved down there also, and so we're gonna go to like a soccer game together because her kid plays soccer. She's been playing for years and all the things. So it's like a big reunion of like ex-coworkers and just a vacation and getaway. But realistically, like I have nothing planned for Arizona outside of this concert on Sunday and then a soccer game on like the next Saturday.
So you're gonna be there for like a week?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there for a week.
Ain't it super hot in Arizona?
Correct, which is why I'm also like, I don't really need to be outside. Like, I don't have to get a hotel. I'm able to stay with like my friends.
Oh, that's lit. You can save money.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I don't really need.
That's like a free vacation. You
pretty much
had to pay for your travels.
Exactly. I just paid for my Southwest flight, which was also on sale because they was running a birthday sale when I bought my tickets. So
lit! You said you didn't pay for your ticket either to the concert.
But no, I didn't. Yeah, so I was like, this might be the start. This might be the start because I have no plans. Yeah, and like I really am like
that's your rest chilling. Right there.
Exactly, and so I'm like, but that's also my time where it's like, okay, God, like literally, there's like, why wouldn't I? And like, I'm one of those people, I love being in nature anyway. So granted, it may be like 112 degrees. But like getting up early enough in the morning or whatever the case may be, I can literally make intentional time to spend with him. So that is semi the plan to start, but it's like that can't just be a plan for a week because you are away from home. Like that has to be an intentional practice all the time. Yeah. And that's just something that I'm trying to find the balance or the plan to make it all the time. Yeah. So I don't know.
No, I feel that. I feel like so y'all, since she said balance, I started therapy this month again. Yay. And that's one thing that like that word balance just called out to me right now because my therapist last week just literally told me that I need to find balance in my life. And I started therapy again because I'm right now in particular, I've been feeling extremely overwhelmed with life. Mm-hmm. And I think everybody has. But just in particular, been feeling extremely overwhelmed with life because I'm a full-time entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. I literally do everything for myself. I support myself 100%. And doing it alone is very, like, just exhausting.
Fact.
You know? And right now, like, our world is just, I don't fucking know what's going on, but it is a lot. It is a lot. And I feel like I'm not the only person. It's ghetto. It's ghetto. I'm not the only person that's feeling this very strong sense of being overwhelmed. But she told me balance. And so even though I started therapy kind of at the end of this month, but what I've been practicing, because my July has been different. Mm-hmm. I've been working a little bit. I ain't been working a lot. I thought my July was going to be way more busy with fashion stuff, with photo shoots and things like that. Mm-hmm. It's been very slow because the business is different right now. But in that time, I had a lot of like time for myself, a lot of self-reflection, spending a lot of time with the Most High, and just really like going back to a time where it felt more simpler. Where I felt balanced in my spiritual growth. I felt balanced in my business. I felt balanced in my relationships. And I was like, well, what was the difference? Amanda, right. The difference was the time. It was like you just had more time for whatever reason. Right. And now it just seems like you're running out of time because everything is just like jumbling together. Yeah. Everything is just so fast. But that's really not it. I feel like as we grow and get older, going back to obligations, things become way more urgent,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and
Facts.
yes, your spiritual growth, your religious, your relationship with God is very important and it is urgent. However, it seems like because you know that that relationship has a foundation, it's not going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
We tend to kind of like be like, okay, well, I can put a little bit here and then I can go over here and kind of give this a little bit more, because when you are an entrepreneur or you like taking care of your family, like you have all these things going on, it takes a lot of energy
Mm-hmm.
to do that. And it seems like your spiritual growth or your like relationship with God or whatever you believe in, it almost seems like it's like a little bit exhausting because you have to completely like surrender.
Facts.
You know, so
That's
like,
the word,
yeah,
surrender.
you have to completely surrender and give up your control. And so because over here, you're like, but I have to control things over here. And then over here, you have to surrender, but you got to have balance.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was just, my therapist was pretty much telling me like, you need to create balance in your life. She started to have me journal and shit, which I'm just like, girl.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I'm
I
like,
love
girl.
journaling.
I mean, yeah, but also when you journaling about really how you feel and because you really gotta go deep.
Yeah.
You know, and it's exhausting to do
It is.
that. So I spent a lot of time July just like really trying to rebalance myself, refocus myself.
But in rebalancing, doesn't that sometimes also just come with letting go of things?
Yeah.
Like
come with letting go of the control. And
but
letting it flow.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And in the same sense, you said like you're trying to figure out how, you know, you're gonna do better with the relationship. But I come to think like, even though you like you're saying like I want more, I want to give more time, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna come to a cost though.
I mean, but that's fine because the way I look at it, it's like realistically, I mean, just in general, I have control issues. Like I want to be able to like control the things, and it's like nothing realistically that we do though is by our own merit.
No.
Like everything, yes, we have a hand in things, and like yes, God is like a gracious God, and so he's going to allow you to make your own decisions, even if that's not what he would have wanted for you. He's going to allow you to make that decision, and then you're going to have to feel whatever that consequence, good or bad, you know, whatever comes with it, you're going to have to feel that too, because like it's still life, right? And that's still your life. Like, so God is going to let you make that choice, but I'm at a point where like I know that like nothing that I have or have done has been like without him realistically. And even the things that I have done without him because I wanted it my way or I wanted to control it, you know, he still had grace. Like, you know, he still had grace, and whatever consequence I had, I got it, whatever, you know, it's played out the way it's going to. But I feel like where I'm at now, it's like, I really don't want to move unless I hear God's voice. Like, I don't want to do it unless God's hand is on it and in it. And like, that's just not how I used to show up, because I feel like I used to show up very like, I won't necessarily say timid, but it was like beating around the bush because I was worried about everybody else's thoughts, opinions, feelings, all the things. Realistically now, I don't give a flying F, bro. Like, I don't care. Like, this is me. This is who I am. And God is like a huge part of me and my foundation. And like, there's way too many people out here who are entrepreneurs and who want to do a million things, but like, God never told you to do that. God never said that you could do that. Like, and I know that there's a million ways to make money and all, like, I know that. Like, I know that that's the generation that we live in.
Exactly where God wants you to be and get what you're supposed to get from the glory of him.
I mean, I could fail a million times and feel like a failure, but guess what? That's because God never said that was for me. And so that's just where I look at it. But like, you won't know what God is necessarily saying is for you unless you genuinely take some deep time to like spend with him, like cut out the noise and like get into like that secret place where you can hear from him. And so that's where I'm at, where I'm like, I mean, I kind of don't care for the trade-off, because whatever I get from him, once I'm able to implement it, it's going to be a million times better than anything I ever did anyway.
And that's great. You know, I love that you said you don't care about the trade-off, because I feel like, you know, some people really do. Well, I wouldn't say they care about the trade-off, but they spend a lot of time thinking about, well, if I just get disciplined or whatever you feel like you need to do, you think about all the things that you're going to lose, but there's not a loss. It's a gain, because you're just strengthening a relationship to allow you to be more efficient in whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. And hopefully, especially when it's a relationship with God, you're trying to build your faith,
right?
Undeniable faith. Like I'm not breaking,
correct.
You know? So that's great. Like, I'm so glad, like you said, like you okay with the trade-off, because I mean, it really does come with a price. Like, you got to lose people. You got to change your way. You got to change the way you do things. You got to literally be completely open to just letting it go and stop trying to control all the things around you. And that's pretty much the same thing that I came to the conclusion of. I'm like, okay, you know, and I think that's another reason why I came to the conclusion of like the affirmation that I wanted to tell y'all today was, you know, I act on my inspired ideas, because my ideas are not my own. Yes, I'm saying on my inspired ideas, but I know there's a Most High. So I know that even though I'm saying this affirmation, but I know deep down in my heart that there is another something more bigger and more powerful than me that's allowing me to even get the idea that I have, you know? And then once I take action, instead of sitting there trying to control the thought or the action, I'm literally saying, okay, I'm going to trust.
Right.
And I'm going to just let it flow.
Yep.
You know?
Wow. What a month. No, I'm kidding.
What a month.
I'm kidding.
Man.
I mean, but this is why I'm so tired.
Period. I'm exhausted.
This is why I'm so tired.
Yeah.
Y'all. Like, that'd be a lot to think about in general.
Yeah.
People's heads be spinning, and that's also why I'm like, you never know where people are like at in life, because even when you have friends, like you don't always have friends that are like your trusted friends that you take everything to or with. Like, we got friends in our circle. I am never calling them if I'm going through like an emotion. I'm not calling them, Kay.
No.
If I'm going through an emotional state, like if I need to vent, if I need like, and I think this is the other thing. Like, I love my friends, but like for real, and this is where like really it comes like, okay, I have to let go and just like release control, because it's not personal, but like I have to. I be praying, and this is why they say be careful what you pray for. But I be praying for like new friends.
Absolutely.
And like friends who are like more, I would say, either equally yoked or friends who are just, I guess, bound to like, to God in a different way. Because if I can't like call the people who are closest to me and around me the most and know that like I'm going to get like some spiritual guidance or prayer or encouragement from something other than like a TikTok quote or something that you heard, that is crazy. Like, I can't do it. I can't be around you. I'm never calling you for that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's real.
And granted, like maybe that just means I gotta put my friends in certain categories, right?
Yeah.
And I can choose, but it also just made me, I've outgrown you and it's time to go.
No, for real. No, I've actually talked to my therapist about this a little bit, about how I'm like yearning for new relationships that are centered around the direction that the future me, you know, where I'm going in my life. Because in the times where the things that you are exactly trying to get to gets difficult, you can't see the vision clearly. The people that are actually already on that journey, they're going to be able to pull you through. If a person does not understand what that looks like, it's going to be hard for them. Yeah. And I don't get mad at the friends and the people,
correct,
the relationships that I built, because those are the relationships that I needed at that time. And they still have a place.
Facts.
However, it is very important that when you are in different spaces, you put yourself around like-minded individuals. Exactly. And that's just what it is.
Exactly.
You know, and I kind of like, girl, I had a conversation with one of our friends this month. That's been a long time coming conversation. You know, that conversation you were telling me about.
Yeah.
And so when I talked to this particular person, you know, they had the nerve to tell me that I was negative and I start drama.
Oh, I knew.
And I was like,
I knew that
not the person that be telling everybody to just chill the fuck out. I'm like, not the person that just literally remove the negativity from their own eyes. Not the person who just removed themselves from the person that's being negative, telling me, the person who's still talking to a person that's negative, that I'm negative. I was like, wow, I was just really outdone. And I was like, you know what? I didn't even respond. My response to that person, because I am on a different path, I'm on a different journey. You know what I told that person? I said, wow, I am so glad that you are able to tell me how you feel. Thank you for sharing. And I just left it alone because I don't have time to advocate for myself. If you think I'm negative, great. I'm glad you think I'm negative. I'm so glad you think I'm negative. You know why? Because while I'm over here basking in joy, I can read it all over your face that you are not happy. You can say and do whatever you want to do, and you the main person that's talking about, you know, like, your energy is being depleted, this and that, but you're still hanging around the same type of people and your energy has still been the same. Or you're putting yourself around new people and you're still getting the same thing out of it. However, I removed myself from these people. And every month, my God, I'm just going to leave it at that. So I just left it alone. I said, thank you. You know, I still love you. You know, if you need something, if you want to talk, fine. But that just showed me that, like you said, the conviction of I need new relationships.
Yeah.
And the conviction that I had to say, you know what, I'm ready to move away from this. Not only was ready to move away into new relationships, I was able to move physically away. And ever since, God has blessed me tenfold.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
You so worried about my financial situation, but you don't call me on the phone. You don't ask me really anything, and I'm drama.
You ain't off.
I've been in my own world. I literally been creating my own world, but you still stuck in the world. I'm not in that world anymore. Yeah. And I'm okay with it.
I mean, realistically, I think for me, just because like it's so hard for me to let go sometimes, I'm like, it's so sad.
Girl.
But it is what it is. Like, realistically, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. And another thing, like with balance, another thing I learned with balance this month was I don't really think about my relationships as like quitting people or like breaking up. You just transition. You just move on to another phase with them. Rather that phase be, you cool on them, y'all say hi and bye,
right,
or whatever, but you just are in transition, and a relationships have kind of taught me that, like romantic relationships have taught me more about transition than even friendships. But I started to realize, like, it relates the same way.
It does. A relationship is a relationship no matter which title it has. Like, it's still a relationship. It's a form of a relationship. So,
yeah, but I was blown away when that happened. And I, usually I think if I had more energy to think about, like, oh, this person calling me dramatic, this person calling me negative. When I think about my track record, Amanda, how much drama have I ever started?
I don't know any, so I'm gonna mind my business. I really don't. I don't know. Like, realistically, I'm like, I don't.
I was really, but and I would have tried to.
Okay, except for the one time when you decided to text back to a text that did not need to text back, but it's okay.
I mean, I was just saying what needed to be said, and it's ironic though, because that person wanted somebody to respond to them. So I did. And I didn't even say, I personally, like, I don't even care, like, what anybody feels about it, because she needed to hear what she heard. She needed to read what she saw, because did she say anything else about it?
No.
She shut up, didn't she? Yeah.
I can't.
But nobody else wanted to, everybody is thinking the same thing, but didn't nobody want to say it. And I'm sorry if that's drama, you know, and it's cool. I don't care, because like I said, I'm in a place where I don't have time for the bullshit.
Right.
And the bullshit is being around people that are like-minded.
Right.
You know, now that I've like literally changed the trajectory of my business, and I'm speaking up for my business and the things that I want to happen in my business, a lot of the times I hear and I say stuff that are very hard to hear and say. You know, and she needed to hear, like, this ain't the place for that.
I cannot.
You know,
look,
but it is what it is.
It was a reach. I don't know why.
She was reaching, and you know, it's ironic. I seen this person out. You know, she ain't had no beef with me. She said hi, we spoke, and we left it alone. You know, we left it at that.
It's all it needs to be.
It's all it needs to be.
All right, and so with that, we are going to leave you all with a little bit of scripture. And before I give the scripture,
break the room up. Break the energy up.
I'm gonna read a little bit out of like this devotional, because this came from an actual plan, like on the Bible app. So I really feel like, and actually it's very in alignment with Sunday's message, that we need God's wisdom in a lot of things. And I think a lot of times we only come to God for wisdom sometimes when we feel like it's those really big, pressing, and important like decisions, but we need his wisdom in everything. Yes. So this devotional says, oftentimes I'm afraid we expect far too little from God, welcoming his wisdom as we seek to make major life decisions, such as where to move or who to marry, but failing to ask for his wisdom in the more routine matters of life and work, such as when we can't see how we will meet a deadline at work, or we're trying to discern product market fit, or when we're trying to navigate a relationship with a difficult coworker. And so this scripture is going to come out of James, and basically like James is inviting us to ask God for wisdom in all these things and more. And so that scripture is my Bible app.
The phone is so convenient.
It is. So it's James. I'm not going to read all of this because it's verses 1 through 27, but this part of the Bible and this first chapter of James is talking about trials and temptations. And so even as like obviously business owners, entrepreneurs, just going through life and all that we're navigating in life, there are trials and there are temptations. And I'm praying that one, almost like our last episode and the verse was like, you know, in this life, there's going to be hard times, right? And like, there's going to be trials. And so, I mean, that's just a promise. Unfortunately, it's going to come with it. But as James 1 verse 2 says, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. But when you ask, you must believe and not doubt, because the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea, blown and tossed by the wind. That person should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. Such a person is double-minded and unstable in all they do. So that is James verse 2 through 8. You can read that whole chapter in your own time, but I mean, realistically, it said what it said, baby. Like, even though times are rough and we're trying to navigate life and busyness and the different blows that come up in friendships, relationships, entrepreneurship, whatever the case may be, like, consider it all joy. And realistically, like, go to God, take it to God, ask for wisdom, and then believe that he really can speak to you and give you that wisdom in that direction. And don't be double-minded, because I mean, it said what it said. Like the Bible did not
give it and leave it alone.
Yeah, it said what it said because I think that is a big thing. I think that's a big thing nowadays. Like we will ask for things, but we almost live in this world that's like a think tank.
Yes.
Like, and we can be swayed by anything that anybody says based off of like thought because we think it can happen, but we don't believe it can happen. So hopefully you are rooted in something and can believe because a belief is really, that's like your morals. That's your foundation. And if you ain't got that, I don't know what to say past that. But anyway, follow us on Instagram or something.
Or something. I mean, I really enjoyed the pod today. Like, I feel like that scripture was for me. You know, it's just been a struggle as an entrepreneur trying to get it.
Thanks.
And, you know, sometimes that doubt do set in. You over here comparing yourself. You trying to figure out if the dream that God gave you is the dream you're supposed to be moving on because you don't feel like you moving fast enough.
Right.
But
God's plan, God's timing.
It's all in the timing. It's all in the perseverance.
Exactly.
You know,
keyword.
And I love that word because honestly, it hit home for me. This month, I persevered through some shit. I really, really did. And I feel like it's been a long time since I really had to persevere through some stuff. This month was literally a test of my faith. It was a test of my healing. It was a test of my strength because I was just like, this can't be real, you know? And y'all know I'm like super like spiritual and into like the energies and things that's going on. And like, you know, I be trying to balance that with, you know, also hearing the word of God because all of this shit is made in his image. Sorry to be cussing God. I'm so sorry. I just love a 4-letter word. All of this stuff. It's a 5-letter word. Is it? Yeah. It's created in his image. So that means all of the things that I also feel, and I believe in these things because it's a feeling. Like I'm sorry, I can't help but to just, it's like innate in me. I can't help it. But I still have to find that balance. And once I let go again, like we've been talking about, once I let go and I stop worrying and trying to control, that's when the glory of perseverance really sets in. So I'm just so grateful for that. Amanda, what you got going on in August?
Honestly, I do know. I'm traveling beginning of the month.
Right, Arizona.
Getting a little bit of, I guess, enjoyment and me time, but also very much marketing myself to the Arizona market for photography because look, I love to travel and I am down to be a traveling photographer. I already be out here taking photos and doing all that anyway when I travel. So, you know, if I'm someone that you watch or if you are having a special moment come up and you're looking for someone, holla at your girl. Look no further. I have arrived. Here I am. Anyway, but yeah, so marketing myself to like Arizona for photography. So that is, you know, an open task. Like we'll see what happens. But either way, I'll be out there. What else do I have going on? There's something else. Oh, I have a photo shoot. I actually have 2 photo shoots now coming up in August.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm working on some other things, but we're not going to talk about them yet in the sense of like some things you just don't speak yet.
They're still
yeah, exactly. So we're working on them, but yeah, so you know, just never mind. I'm not going to say that because I don't want that. But yeah.
You will know when it's time for you to know.
Well, I was going to say just keep me in prayer, but that's a lie. Don't do that because I don't want everybody praying for me.
You don't want everybody praying for you.
You don't. So love you. Yeah. But don't do that. But yeah.
Everybody don't got a good intention.
Correct. So yeah, August, we're just, you know, praying to see God's hand in some more things and get that direction, clarity, and discipline. That's it.
Yeah.
what
I love
you
that.
doing, because like summer, it's still summer, baby, and people are outside and there's work.
It's definitely still summertime. I'm definitely going to still be enjoying my summer. This is the first summer that I was able to really stay in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of sad because it's the first summer that I've been here and I ain't got no job. But you know what? That's a blessing in disguise, because if I was working, I'd probably be just up to no good. And I wouldn't be able to focus on the things I need to be focusing on, which is my business and the things that I ask God for. And that's exactly what literally my whole year, 2024, well, starting in 2023 to 2024 has been about. It's just been really just getting all the things that I've asked for. And this month is actually going to be, it's already starting off busy. I got a lot of projects lined up. With that affirmation I gave y'all earlier about acting on your inspired ideas, I'm opening up myself to new markets in my industry. I'm trying to get expertise in other fields like BTS, actually editing BTS content, because there's a whole lot of creatives that need marketing for what they do. So I'm opening myself up to that. I got a few projects lined up already, which is amazing.
Yes.
As far as BTS, I also have a lot of.
That's so fire! Congratulations.
Thank you.
Like,
I'm super happy about it. Yeah, and it makes me really. I get a joy out of like making a reel or making a transition video. I love it. It's really fun. And then also not that, just that like, I love being around fashion. It literally makes me so happy to see my clients happy. Yesterday, my client literally was like, he just kept telling me how grateful he was for our team, and like he wouldn't have been able to do anything if it wouldn't happen. Like people was giving us so many praises, and I just love it. Because not everybody has the vision to create something.
Facts.
So yeah, I'm just excited for all the projects that I have coming up. What else? Oh, I'm gonna be outside. I got a few events that I'm going to. Some of my friends are putting on some summer things that I'm gonna go to.
Yeah. Starting this weekend.
Yeah, starting this weekend. Wow. It's gonna be pretty bonkers.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be bonkers, and I'm excited. One, just to be around people. I'm an extrovert, so I like to be around people. They give me energy. So I'm really excited for that. And honestly, just one more important thing that's gonna happen this month is I'm excited to get back to myself, because I feel like this current month, July, I feel like I spent a lot of time in another world. I don't know. It sounds weird, and if you pick up what I'm putting down, I was in a whole nother world. I don't know where I was. I don't know what the hell was going on.
I mean, I can agree to that. Like from the outside looking in, I could definitely agree to that.
I don't know. Like it was something happening that was just different for me. And I don't know what to chunk it up to. Like I don't know why it happened, what happened.
I could tell you, but I'll tell you off air. I'm kidding.
Okay, no, please, no, go ahead. No, I hope she do tell me. Because I like to hear other people's perspective, because it allows me to think. But yeah, I'm just excited to get back to not just a person that I was a few months ago, but a person that I was even long before that too. I feel like that it was necessary for me to go on whatever journey I was on. The perseverance, you know. So I'm just really happy. August is about to be lit.
Hey, rockets! It's only up from here, baby.
Yeah. All right, rock stars, we out of here.
Follow us on social media at This Is Now Pod. If you are looking to tap in with Khalida over there, over her, you can definitely find her at her personal page, which is
I Am Sade Brand. Perfect. On Instagram. It's I Am Sade Brand on Instagram. And you can definitely find Amanda at so many pages. Correct. Which one you want them to find you at today?
Look, that is funny and so true. So what I have been saying is like the main hub now is just my personal page. Just find everything at the main hub, which is smile_4_Manda. No A, just Manda.
Just Manda.
So yeah,
which is my favorite thing to call her.
Everybody.
I literally call her Amanda when I'm like being like super sarcastic or something, or just like Amanda, please.
Yeah.
But I like to call her Manda. I just like Manda.
That's fine. Nobody. I mean, look, the A got dropped out of my name so many years ago. When people do use it, I'm like, the hell?
Yeah.
Like it throws me off. Like, what happened?
Yeah.
But yeah, holla at us. You know, let us know your thoughts, opinions, your take. Do you feel like you can relate if you're in the same place? If not, if you got some tips and tricks for us, send that our way too, because we just out here trying to make it. Love y'all though.
Peace.
See ya next time. Deuces.